Hello everyone, so I'm back and I'm going to talk about this Marvel Studios San Diego Comic-Con panel and kind of what they announced there and my thoughts on that. So there will be timestamps in the description if you want to jump around to different sections or different topics. But yeah, let's just get started. So Marvel announced something which we knew was kind of in the works and was going to come out at some point, which was the Eternals movie. Now we knew kind of that they were planning on releasing this at some point. There were some rumors about it, and there was also some casting rumors, and they even hired a director. But they hadn't officially announced it until today, where we also got our first look at the logo, which is pretty cool. It's like a nice gold and cosmic. It's nice. And we also got a bit of the cast, because we kind of knew Madden and Richard Madden and Angelina Jolie were in talks for this movie, but now we know that officially they are in this movie, and Icarus will be played by Richard Madden. The cast will also include Laura Ridolph, Brian Dree Henry, Salima Hayek, who will be playing Ajax, the leader of the Eternals. Don Lee and Thena, or Angelina Jolie, will be playing Thena, of course. So it's quite interesting to see this coming together with such a diverse cast, and I'm quite excited for this. They also announced it will be released on November of 2020 release date. So it'll be the second movie they have in 2020. But yeah, I mean, it seems quite exciting personally, and I'm quite excited to kind of see how they move forward this movie, and when we get to see maybe our first looks at this movie. I would be assuming it would probably be at sometime next year, but I guess we'll find out sooner rather than later. Next, they also announced the Captain America or Falcon and Winter Soldier TV series on Disney+. This is a TV series which we all kind of figured was coming at some point. And so they did announce that it was coming officially with another logo. And of course, I like this logo because it kind of shows the Captain America shield as well. And so, because of course, Falcon will be taking over the mantle as Captain America. I like that a lot because, it's good. And we know that Anthony Mackie is in the initial stages for fitting for costumes. So that's pretty cool too. This will be coming out releasing on Disney Plus in the later part of the fall of 2020. And so yeah, I mean, honestly, we also heard that Baron Zemo will be back, and Daniel Brühl will be playing him again as he was in Civil War, and he will actually be receiving the mask, which is really cool because of course in the comics Baron Zemo does have that mask on, the purple mask. So I'm excited to kind of see that. The next thing they announced was another interesting movie, which we all kind of knew was coming, which was Shang-Chi. Now we know Shang-Chi will not just be called Shang-Chi, but it'll be called Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, yes, this does mean that we will be officially getting the real Mandarin, and the real Mandarin has been cast as Tony Leung. I haven't seen him in anything, I don't think, but of course, Tony Leung being the real Mandarin is quite exciting because, of course, we've all wanted to actually get a real Mandarin, especially after Iron Man 3 and that tease in Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin being an actor, and then the end, and then there's the one shot and all that stuff. But I mean, super cool that we're finally getting the real Mandarin. And we also got the casting of Shang-Chi, which is also quite exciting because we didn't actually expect to get the casting of Shang-Chi, but apparently they did it very quickly. And so that means that Canadian Chinese actor Simu Liu will be Shang-Chi, and Awkwafina has also been cast in the movie. We don't know who she's playing, but she has been cast in the movie. And this movie will be taking the February 12th, 2021 release date, which is quite exciting. So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited for this movie, and I think this is probably one of my more interested movies because, of course, we are getting the real Mandarin, which is really cool. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm excited. The next thing they announced was in a TV series again, which was WandaVision. Now, we knew the WandaVision TV series again existed, as they did have, there's talks about it, and they even announced, I think, at an investors call, that there would be a WandaVision TV series, and they even released a logo, kind of. But now we have the official logo, and we know it officially exists, and it's a pretty cool logo. I like the, nice metallic kind of thing. It's pretty cool, and yeah, I mean, that's basically it about the logo, and I like the red. Now, this is said to be taking place after Endgame, so it'd be interesting to see how they use Vision, considering just considering the fact that it'll be hard for them to do it because of the fact that Vision's kind of dead at the moment, and how they actually incorporate bringing him back to life will be interesting, and I'm excited to actually see that too. Now we also got another casting announcement, is that Monica Rambeau, so the little girl in the Captain Marvel movie, will actually be played by Tiana Paris, who will play an older version of her. And of course, if you know the comics well, you know that she became Spectrum, the hero. So, I mean, honestly, I think it was Spectrum. So she became Spectrum, which is pretty cool. And so, of course, that means we are getting an older Monica, and it'll be interesting to see how she actually uses her, how they use her. It'll be very interesting, and I'm excited for that. Now this TV series will be coming at us a bit later, and it will be coming at us, if I'm not mistaken, from what they said, is spring of 2021 on Disney+. Next, of course, we have something which is going to tie heavily into WandaVision TV series, which is the sequel to Doctor Strange, which is called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So, I mean, honestly, this is super exciting because, of course, and we also got the logo for the sequel to Doctor Strange, and I'm super excited for this because Doctor Strange, I love the first movie, and I've always said Doctor Strange is a really great character, and I can't wait to see how they use him more. Now, they also confirmed that Nightmare will be the villain in Doctor Strange 2, and that Scarlet Witch we're assuming, I think she's going to feature. I don't know if they've officially said if she's going to feature or not, because they did say it's going to be super heavily tied in. But yeah, I mean, it's super exciting considering the fact that we are getting our Doctor Strange sequel, and our Doctor Strange sequel, which is coming at us rather quickly on May 7th of 2021. Now, the next thing they announced is the Loki TV series, which is something we knew was coming as well, but they gave us a new logo, and they gave us some new details. So, I love the logo. I think it's better than the original one they released, because it looks cooler, I think, personally, and I like it. So, yeah, and they also said that this TV series will follow Tom Hiddleston's Loki, but it'll be following him from in Endgame, where he actually uses the Tesseract to escape, and that's why they have to go back to see Howard Stark to get the Tesseract, because he escapes during the events of the Avengers. So it'll actually be exploring what happens after that. So that'll be very interesting if they kind of go a different timeline almost. So I'm actually quite excited to see what they do with that as well, which is it's quite exciting. And that'll, of course, will be coming out in spring of 2021 on Disney+. Next, of course, we have the Marvel What If series. And so the Marvel What If series is something which, it's kind of been talked about. And, I mean, honestly, it's been talked about quite a bit. Especially when they kind of were talking about it at the investors thing. But we heard a bit about it and how it's going to involve characters such as, was going to involve what if scenarios in the MCU. So, what if, Peggy took the super soldier serum instead of Steve. And it's going to be animated, but it'll have the voice actors of the original cast. And so they also told us a bunch of the actors who will be reprising their roles, including people such as Sebastian Stan, Josh Brolin, Mark Ruffalo, Tom Hiddleston, Samuel Jackson, Chris Hemsworth, Haley Atwell, Chadwick Boseman, Karen Gillan, Jeremy Renner, Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas, Neil McDonald, Dominic Cooper, Sean Gunn, Natalie Portman, and so many more people. Taika Waititi, Jeff Goldblum, Michael Rooker, so many people. And I mean, honestly, that's super exciting considering it's going to be very interesting to kind of see them explore what if Loki was worthy instead of Thor? What if, I don't know, other what if. But yeah, and this is only some of them, as there will be many more, I'm assuming, actors reprising their roles, and I think this will be a very interesting series. And this will be coming out, of course, on Disney Plus in the summer of 2021. Next, of course, we have Hawkeye, the TV series. Now, this TV series was announced along with a logo, which is pretty cool, and actually, we got the confirmation that it will involve Kate Bishop and Ronan from Endgame. So we will not only be seeing Ronan in this, but we're also seeing him train Kate Bishop to be the next Hawkeye, which is amazing, if I do say so myself. So Jeremy Renner, of course, will be reprising his role as Hawkeye, and I mean, I'm super excited for this. And it will be streaming on Disney Plus in the fall of 2021. Next, we have Thor 4, which we just recently found out even was like that Taika Waititi was signed on to direct this movie, and so we actually got the title for this movie along with the logo and a bunch of information. And this is probably one of the most exciting reveals at San Diego Comic-Con during that panel. And it's going to be called Thor: Love and Thunder. It's a pretty cool logo. I like it a lot. Tessa Thompson teases that Valkyrie will be LGBTQ plus in the MCU. And we also got the reveal or the announcement that Natalie Portman will star in this as well with Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth. And on top of that she will be the new Thor in this movie. Now that's right, she will be the Jane Foster Thor, and it will be adapting Jason Aaron's pretty famous now comic run of Thor, and it'll be adapting that. And Valkyrie is said to be will be looking to find her queen, as she's now the quote unquote king of Asgard, and so that kind of implies that she will be LGBTQ plus. And that's pretty cool. I mean, we kind of knew that was going to happen, but it's pretty cool to see it finally happen. And I mean, not only are we going to be getting, of course, Jane Foster Thor, Chris Hemsworth's Thor, we're going to be getting Valkyrie. I mean, honestly, this is super exciting. And I mean, I don't think anyone, at least that I know and have talked to and people who said anything, had even the slightest idea that they were going to be bringing Natalie Portman back, considering she didn't want to come back and she was kind of done with it. And she was like, no, which is great. And I'm super excited for Thor. And I mean, I honestly can't wait to see what they do with this movie. Honestly, I'm just over the moon with this. They also announced that this movie will be coming out on November 5th of 2021. Now, the last movie they dated was the Black Widow movie, which is the first movie we will be getting after, of course, Far From Home. And we got a logo for that, along with a lot of details, including some exclusive San Diego Comic-Con footage of the movie, which is quite exciting. So first, Black Widow will be taking place after the events of Captain America Civil War, and will feature the story of Budapest. So you know, like how Hawkeye and Black Widow are always talking about Budapest and the situation, so it will be talking about Budapest. And Florence Pugh, who is someone who has been cast in the movie and we've talked about kind of being potentially Yelena Belova, has been confirmed to be Yelena Belova in the Black Widow movie. And on top of all of that, we have gotten confirmations of two other people. One person, of course, who will be in the movie, and one person, of course, who is going to be also in the movie, but you know. So we know that the first person we know that what's his face from Stranger Things. Hold on, give me a second. That David Harbour will be the Red Guardian, who is kind of like the Captain America of the Russian Captain America in the Black Widow movie, which is pretty cool. I mean, considering the fact that, you know, everything like that he was rumored to be like Taskmaster and whatever, and now he's gonna be Red Guardian. And then we also have Rachel Weisz, who'll be in the movie, who'll be the Iron Maiden, who is kind of like an evil Iron Man almost, which is pretty cool, Russian evil Iron Man. And so, I mean, I'm super excited to kind of see how they deal with this. I think they've kind of now confirmed that this will be spanning over multiple different time periods, but I'm super excited to kind of see what they do. And of course, Black Widow will be releasing on May 1st of 2020. So yeah, I mean, honestly, those are all the movies they've timelined. Then we have the announcement, which took everybody, and I mean everybody, by surprise and shock, and it was just big, was that Marvel Studios is developing and has a logo for a Blade movie, which will be featuring Mahershala Ali as Blade. Now, this does kind of mean that the MCU or the Netflix shows aren't really canon, because he was Cottonmouth in Luke Cage. But of course, that means we are getting a Blade movie, and now whether it be rated R or not, not. I think it's kind of, I think right now we don't even know really if it's going to be a movie. We're assuming it will be, and it makes perfect sense for it to be a movie. And I think it will be R-rated if and only if they are it depends, I think, China mainly. Because if China doesn't let it in, if it's R-rated, then I don't think they will want to release an R-rated movie. But we are getting Blade, which is huge. Blade, like, I mean, I'm just super excited. Maybe even we could have it, like, I don't know if they want to do this, but maybe they could kind of do this as a slight, like, almost soft reboot of the original Blade, and maybe have it so Wesley Snipes, like, has, like, a son or something, and we can kind of go with that, or you can kind of, like, you know, have it, like, somewhat connected, or maybe even bring Wesley Snipes in for a cameo as a different character. But I mean, I'm super excited for that. Like, that's just, like, huge. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's just huge. I'm still in shock about that whole thing. And so, not only will we be getting that, but but Kevin Feige, the man in charge of Marvel, of course, Marvel Studios, did also announce a bunch of other things, including a Fantastic Four movie in development, an X-Men movie in development, and the development of sequels such as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm assuming they'll be giving us more stuff at D23, which is in August, I believe, mid-August, and I'm assuming there they will be giving us more information and maybe even some more stuff regarding, because they do have dates in 2022 and 2023 still, for movies that they haven't filled yet. I believe they have 3 dates in 2022 that they haven't actually filled with movies yet, because they only went up to 2021 during the Comic-Con panel. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm super excited for this, and I honestly just am so excited and shocked of all the stuff we got. But what's your favorite thing that was announced? Was there something that you were really hoping was announced that didn't really get announced? Yeah, so like, what do you think about all this? It's huge and it's like, you know, monumental, but I want to know your opinion. So let me know down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts, and of course, as always, see you next time. Bye.